Good evening. Well, first tonight, tackling an escalating cycle of violence on the streets of inner-city Nottingham.
Early today, police raided several homes and arrested 4 men and boys suspected of involvement in a shooting last Friday. It follows a string of other recent gun attacks that left 5 people injured.
Meanwhile, worried youth workers are trying to prevent reprisals by persuading teenagers to leave violent gangs. Our social affairs correspondent Jeremy Ball reports.
Handcuffed and in custody on suspicion of involvement in a shooting. This was one of several police raids this morning which involved more than 50 officers. They fanned out across the city just after 7 a.m. to St Anne's, Radford and Bulwell. One of the boys they arrested today was only 15 years old. This is one of 7 homes that are being searched. The police have asked us not to say precisely where we are in case that raises tensions. But they're searching for guns and phones and clothing that might be linked to a shooting last week. That happened in broad daylight here on Tennyson Street on Friday evening. The 6th time a gun's been fired in Radford or St Anne's in only 2 months. They were all within a couple of miles and they're all being linked. The result, the police believe, of escalating feuds between local drug gangs. People who live in these areas will be scared that guns are being fired outside their homes.
Well, I understand that it would be concerning anywhere for people to be aware that a firearm's been discharged in a community, and that's why we're so keen to support the community and being very clear it's unacceptable. We deal with it robustly, and again, a lot of good news today that we've made some significant arrests and carried out a number of search warrants.
All right, listen, boxing, you interested?
Youth groups are trying to stop the violence too.
How you doing? What you like, football, boxing or music? He does boxing coaching for free, brother, yeah?
Here in Radford, this former policeman's taking teenagers off the streets.
Yeah, we do it for free.
Do you know what, that would be really good for Avenel, you know.
Ben Rosser runs music and sports sessions. His club's just won a national award from the Football Association.
I'll speak to you like respectfully, yeah, and I expect the same back.
Yeah.
That's all. It's not just short-term little fixes that are going to help the situation. There's been serious cuts to every facet of our community. People that are in government really need to understand what's going on within our communities. Do you really think that cutting police is not going to cause problems within communities? Police are visual deterrents. I was a police officer. I love getting out in my community, speaking to the young people and saying, look, this is what I'm about. This is what you could potentially be.
And over in St Anne's at this boxing gym, they've persuaded some teenagers to leave violent gangs using counselling and role models and even helped to get paid work.
I think a lot of young people are desensitised to it. They don't realise what it's like to be going to prison for a long, long time. They don't realise how it affects other people when you take another young person's life. There's young people in this club that have been shot at. If that bullet was a couple of inches either way, it could have took their lives. I mean, there was a 13-year-old young boy that got shot not long ago in St Anne's, 13 years old. This kid should be at school, this kid should be playing with his toys.
That's why the police are taking these latest shootings so seriously. Tonight, they're appealing to local communities for any information about lethal weapons. And they're warning youngsters who carry guns that they won't get away with it. Jeremy Ball, BBC Midlands Today, Nottingham.